Socialism versus libertarianism. Oscar Wilde, he wrote The Soul of a Man Under Socialism, which was a very controversial essay for its time period. This essay was published in 1891, and the essay evoked socialist sentiment while also clarifying and explaining how socialism bursts the individualistic practices necessary to benefit society. He also takes time in the essay to criticize capitalistic practices during the late 20th century. Major themes within the essay was that, as a direct quote, socialism relieves people from living for each other. In simple terms, Wilde is stating that socialism will provide the tools necessary for society to prosper. A man or woman's spirit is uplifted and enlightened under a socialist practice because he or she is left to true freedom. Socialism will birth the individualism necessary for people to collaborate willingly without coercion or government to advance society. Basically, within socialism, within the essay, public opinion shall not affect your personal freedom. And on top of that, capitalism's negative effects and the sins that came from private property should not at any point affect the masses as much as it has in the capitalist society. So with socialism, everybody must prosper. Everybody has the opportunity, the same playing field to prosper. And what you do with your individual freedom is what you do with your individual freedom. Just at some point, it is beneficial to use what is prospering for you and have that trickle down amongst others and within your environment. One person can be doing their own thing, the other person can be doing their own thing. But as long as your environment is affected positively, then everybody can collectively enjoy what's going on. Now, the relationship between society and state. Societal opinion on individuals' way of living is the death of individualism. Public opinion drives people to live for each other and not themselves. The state should provide the machinery for enjoyable jobs to get done so citizens have that freedom. They then should use that freedom to benefit society as a whole, and then people will occupy the jobs that they want to do. And within this socialist society, the poor fiending for money and fiending for charity is not beneficial to the poor. If anything, charity should be dismantled because it's counterintuitive. Now, this is the relationship between society, state, and freedom. Like I explained prior, within socialism, within this essay, it is imperative because it allows for personal prosperity, personal advancement of oneself, and within that personal advancement, it will trickle down to benefit society as a whole because you're allowed that freedom to do what you want with your own prosperity and your own advancement. Now, in the Rand novel Anthem, it's a dystopian society that's based on the idea of collectivism. Collectivism is the process of giving a group priority over each individual, kind of like socialism. Socialism is individualism with a sprinkle of collectivism. This is the opposite of individualism, collectivism, if it was just one whole entity by itself. Individualism is rejected by the government in this dystopian world, and Equality, the main character, is an outcast. He is extremely intelligent and tall, which deems him as a sin to society because he doesn't fit into the societal norm. This society is an us society and not an I. The major themes within the novel is that society is its own worst enemy when freedom is only imposed unto citizens by the government. Authentic freedom depends on the lack of interference from public entities or government. Ingenuity without barriers is the only way to ensure your freedom, and welfare can only be provided by the state. It takes being on your own for personal advancement. So with the libertarianistic idea we have here, it is that you yourself are responsible for you. You're not responsible for anybody else. So if somebody is poor, they should have worked hard. It's not your job to uplift that person when your personal advancement is your own responsibility and you are responsible for oneself. Relationships between society, state, and freedom. The government should not impede nor interfere in the private lives of others. As a society, it's not necessary to work together as a community. Working internally and individually should be an individual's main responsibility. And the beginning of it all should be to respect everybody's own freedom and individual freedom. So within this society, the libertarian idea was rejected, that you are your own responsibility. It was a collectivist society where everybody had to work together to uplift everybody. And Equality went against the grain and did his own thing to uplift himself with his spouse. And basically, he had a libertarian idea where I should worry about myself. I want to uplift myself. And then at some point, if I wanted to contribute to society, I will. So it was basically this dystopia society versus what reality is today. Thank you for listening to my presentation.